maintenance people. I'm trying to read.
Hi guys, so today's video is going to be a vlog. It's going to be a little bit of a reading vlog, a little bit of other random stuff. This year I really want to try and do more vlogs. One, because my husband and I are doing this fun little buddy reading thing where we're each going to pick one book a month and we're going to read that same book, not talk about it to each other, but do vlog clips where we talk to you guys about it so you can see our individual perspectives, but we don't know what the other person thinks until the end of the month, and then we'll come together on camera and find out what the other person thinks. So that's one reason I want to do more vlogs, but also I randomly the other day I was watching this vlog that my dad was in because it was like Father's Day or something, and I was just like, man, this is so sweet and wholesome, and it just made me happy to see this old footage, I guess you could say, and I don't know, it made me happy, and I like kind of watching that sort of stuff when other people do it. So yeah, that's one of my goals, to do more vlogs this year. We did have some fun shenanigans with some family members over the holidays, so I thought I'd share some of that stuff with you and just kind of share Christmas a little bit, things like that. But I'm also, of course, gonna get to the reading stuff. So I have recently started a young adult story that I feel like I'm way behind on because everybody else seems to have already read it and loved it. And that would be Curse So Dark and Lonely. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and it's definitely really enjoyable. It's a twist on Beauty and the Beast that I don't want to give away too much about as of right now, but I've read about 150 pages already. I was really surprised because I wasn't really keeping track of how much I'd read, and I was like, dang, I'm a decent amount into this book, and I'm all like high-fiving myself for starting the year off well with reading. I like our main character a lot. Most of you know our main character does have cerebral palsy, which is something that a lot of people were really pleased to see, that the representation for this particular thing was done so well, especially in that this is not something where it's a token character. Anyway, I will give you an update on how those things are coming along a little bit later. We're gonna rewind now, and we'll go into some footage of my precious little dog and some fun family time.
What else? Really? So many stories to tell.
He's just gonna get by his tail.
Yo, hey, talk to me. Over here,
He
buddy.
doesn't want to be seen. Oh, Leo. Oh.
Go, boy.
What? Merry Christmas.
Taking poison. Oh, I'm wrapping a present?
Keyboard. Oh, typewriter. Paying. Debit card. Credit card. Swiping. Point of sale. Cash register. Card. Credit card. Insert your card. Oh, ATM.
It's bitter. So pretty. So cute. And then just look at us. So see how you can see him? So it's taking it right now. Here, let's back up.
Wait, do I push anything?
Yeah. Come here. And then look at Grandpa.
Luna. Was it taking a picture?
Yeah, I was taking a video and I can take pictures from that later. Look at Grandpa.
Luna. Hey, girl. What?
Oh no, Luna. So we have some family coming over, so they'll be here in about 20 minutes. I'm gonna see if I can read a little bit. The husband is wiping down our TV stand, and Luna Bear is watching, because she'll probably lick wherever we wipe down. Huh, Luna, for some reason, you think cleaning supplies are tasty. Oh, there you go. What are you reading?
I'm reading The Underground Railroad.
Yeah. The Underground Railroad?
The.
How is it?
It's good.
So I finished A Curse So Dark and Lonely, so I picked up Uprooted. And so far, I'm not liking it. So the premise is that there's this little small village, and every now and again, this wizard that they call the dragon comes and takes a girl, and they don't really know a whole lot of what transpires. And they insist that the wizard isn't some creeper. They're like, no, everything's fine. But it's still kind of a mystery as to what the heck happens. Our main character gets chosen. And then, I mean, nothing, I don't know. Nothing really has piqued my interest after about 150 pages. Things will start to pique my interest, and the stakes will start to kind of become higher. But then I feel like this book has one of those, let me tell you about how impossible this certain task is going to be, but then, oh wait, we are able to fix it. Oh, we can't do this. This is only for the strongest of magic users. And then this girl's like, I don't know anything about magic, but then she's able to do this impossible task. It's happened multiple times. Also, there's some weird, there's some weird stuff with this prince guy that comes and tries to rape the girl, and then the wizard gets mad at the girl. I feel like it's kind of hard to come back from that statement. But the pros so far. For me, the pros are in the sense of atmosphere. It's very atmospheric. The woods, there's basically these haunted woods. And that stuff is genuinely creepy. It's kind of the only element I'm liking so far. And I have a feeling I'm not going to like it by the end. Besides that, though, I finished this book. I really liked this book. This was really fun. I really liked this, and I thought the pacing was good. It had way more depth than I was expecting. I cared about the main character. I cared about all the main characters. I feel like they a lot of times had really difficult decisions to make, but ultimately they were all decent people. So it was kind of like gray morality, but leaning toward good instead of leaning toward evil, because that seems to be a trend now. I'm definitely gonna check out the sequel, which is coming out on the 7th. Need some energy. So I am getting myself some caffeinated, sparkling ice and strawberry citrus flavor. I need some ice for my ice. And I got myself my wonderful little unicorn mug, because the hubby and I are planning to, well, I'm planning to try and marathon, because we were thinking about going to our local used bookstore tomorrow, and I kind of want to be done with Uprooted. I gotta read, I don't know, 300 something pages though, but I kind of just want to be done with it and then take it in tomorrow, because I don't think I'm gonna like it. Hubby's playing some quality Red Dead Redemption. What happened to his horse? What's so funny?
I I ran away and fell off a mountain
Why did you run away?
because I shot a man. He's right here.
Why'd you do it?
I did it because he told me to. Because he was mouthing off to me like I was some yo neck lily livered old pansy man.
I was very intrigued.
Let's put him on my horse.
Well, you should throw him over the cliff.
Oh shoot! Oh gosh!
Throw him over the cliff. Hurry up. What's not?
Oh jeez. All right. Well,
Are you gonna have to fight them now? Or...
it's all been misunderstanding.
Jeez. Don't kill the horsey.
All been
You killed the horse.
I didn't mean to. Howdy everyone, this is Sean. We're going to the library today, and I am returning some books. Oops. Blood Meridian, Cormac McCarthy. Which,
Luna didn't like, apparently.
okay, yeah, apparently Luna didn't enjoy it. It's a fun little romp through Mexico with lots of violence as a gang of people hunt Native Americans. Beautiful writing, so beautiful at some points I didn't know what he was expressing. Just unrelenting violence for all 300 pages and the embodiment of evil. Good times. And next up we have The Kindly Ones, and this is a Nazi captain during World War II, and he's talking about his time. A lot of it at the beginning is in Russia, and it is awful and horrifying, and I'm probably not going to finish it. It is a fat guy. It's like 970 pages. I got through 230 pages. I kind of flipped through and I realized it was going to continue to be horrifying.
Kind of boring.
Kind of boring too. Yeah, in a way, it's like there's a lot of just like, let's talk to this person and this person. Let me check my mail.
Kind of interesting sexual content. Right?
Yeah, he's got some interesting he's got an interesting past. So I probably won't be finishing that one. There's an audiobook. Maybe I'll try to listen to a little bit more, but it's back-to-back books filled with tons of violence.
Great way to start
Yeah.
the decade.
And lastly, a book that I just finished last night, The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. This one I did enjoy a lot. It was, I didn't think I would like it at the beginning. I don't know why. I was like, oh, I don't really like the writing style. And then by the end, I was like, I love it. And it made me sad. I did just remember I'm also listening to Muse of Nightmares on audiobook, and I'm really concerned for those kids, if you know what's happening. And I want everyone to be happy.
We are headed to the farmer's market, me, husband, and Luna Bear. We are trying to get back in the habit of going though, because last year we were pretty good about it, and then Luna Bear was very little and it was difficult to leave her alone for long periods of time, and there were certain times where she didn't have her shots yet, so she wasn't supposed to be around other dogs a lot, things like that, and there's other dogs at the farmer's market. But anyway, she's a big girl now, so we are going to the farmer's market, and then hopefully later today the library. And I did not finish Uprooted. I'm really aggravated. I was up so late and I was doing digital art on my iPad, and I was actually drawing Harper from Cursed, So Dark and Lonely, and I was listening to my audiobook. I listened until 3 something in the morning, and I had only gotten through like 50 pages. I was so frustrated. It's such a slow audiobook. Fun fact, we got married in a tiny little like old house right back there. It was very cute. And there's only like 10 people, which was perfect for me. Got some donuts, some little mini donuts.
Mini donuts.
They're pretty delicious, actually.
They're maple with sprinkles.
Let's see, let's get a good shot. Oh, that one's going in your mouth. Okay, let's get a good shot of it. Hold it up. Gotta have it on display. There we go, there we go. That's what's up. We have a bunch of stuff in the car, so Luna Bear has to be in Dad's arms. So sleepy, huh, Luna? So sleepy.
I am here to talk about All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. And this is our buddy read this month. So Elliot and I are each reading a book together along with all of you. And we are buddy reading it, but the thing is we're not saying to each other what we think about it. So what do I think of All the Light We Cannot See so far? I think it's fantastic. I think everyone should read this, and I'm only 126 pages in. It's like a 500 something page book, so I'm not even too far into it, but it's really incredible. And it follows two characters so far, and I don't think that's going to change. I think it's just the two characters. One is a blind French girl, and her name is Marie-Laure, just, hanging out with her father in Paris in trying to think when it starts, 1934. There's quite a bit of time that passes. But 1934, 1940 so far, and things aren't great for Paris in that time. World War II is going on, Germany is invading. And then the other perspective is a German orphan, and you see him as a kid in an orphanage growing up, and you also see him grown up about I think he's 18 years old in the German army. So somewhere along the lines he joins up. During the timeline, it does bounce back and forth, so it's divided into parts. So part 0, it takes place in 1944. It starts with a ton of action. Lots of things are going on. And then after that, it goes, part 1 is in, I think it's 1934, I think it's 10 years earlier. Surprisingly, this book is just action after action after action. It's nonstop. It goes by super fast. The chapter's really short, and it just goes back and forth between the girl and the boy, girl and the boy, girl and the boy. There's at one point I got to, Marie had 2 chapters back to back, but otherwise it's back and forth. And you just see the two of them growing up, and the differences in their lives, and just so far it's amazing. I highly recommend it. I don't see myself not liking this book. I can already say I'm going to like this book a lot, and that's kind of it. If you're doing the buddy read, it is on Byzands, which is an app, and you can look that up there, and you can just join the currently reading section for this, and it's divvied up into chapters. And that's it. So hopefully, if you're reading it, with us, you're liking it. If you're not, really surprised, but that's your opinion. And I will see you next time.
Luna Bear, are you vibing me right now? Alrighty, so end of the vlog. I want to do like a little mini wrap up of everything that I read, and I'm going to start with something that I actually didn't read, but I wanted to keep you guys updated. All the Light We Cannot See. My husband has picked it up, and he is already a good chunk of the way through it. I don't know really his thoughts. He keeps trying to talk to me, and I'm like, no, we can't do that, because we're going to do the whole thing where I don't know what he thinks of it until the end of the month, but you guys will know what he thinks of it, because he has some clips that I'll insert and he's going to edit them, but I won't see them. I didn't get to this book. I'm going to get to it either tonight or tomorrow, and finally start it so then I can actually chat with you guys and give you my thoughts on it. But I have a good reason for not starting it. I actually have two good reasons for why I haven't started it, and one of those reasons would be Uprooted. And you may notice that this edition is the library edition, and that's because I know I am not going to like this book by the end. I'm still trying to see it through because I've heard some things from people who feel similarly to me about some elements of the story, have said that the ending has a really great payoff and everything. And I do want to review it and talk to you guys about it more in depth. So trying to get my way through the end. But the reason, I still have a fair amount left and it's so aggravating. The reason that I haven't finished it yet is because I'm going back and forth between the physical copy and the audiobook. I turned in my copy at our local used bookstore. I picked up the physical from the library, and then I have the audiobook. And this audiobook is the slowest audiobook I have ever come across. I kind of got the sense that it was pretty slow when I was up really late drawing and listening, and I felt like I didn't get through that much, but I thought, oh, well, maybe I didn't listen to as much of it as I thought I did. And then, no, I went to listen to it again, and then I was checking, I'm like, how much do I even have left? And I have around 180 pages left. I'm like, well, how much of the audiobook do I have left? 7.5 hours. How do I have 7.5 hours left when there are only 180 pages left? How is that possible? I do want to talk a little bit about this. Now that I've read more of it, the appeal, I think, is the folklore elements to this. I think that the writing style is so atmospheric, and the atmosphere is good. That's the best part of the book, in my opinion. The weird forest, it's almost like a haunted forest. It can do really interesting things to people, and those things are genuinely terrifying and creepy. And so I can see the appeal with that. The main character, she is supposed to sort of be this uneducated village girl. I think that the treatment that she gets from some of the other characters in the book, it's definitely a testament to what she thinks is acceptable. It's not, I don't think that she is just so stupid, but that she, in her mind, this is, oh, well, this person is a prince, so it's fine if he treats me this way, or this person's a wizard, so I mean, it's fine if he treats me this way. I'm just some lowly village girl. That makes for, I mean, you kind of feel bad for her, but it's hard to really, you just want her to get a backbone. You want her to stick up for herself. You want her to know that she's worth more than that. And 200 and something pages of her letting people just manipulate her all the time or treat her terribly is definitely kind of rough. For example, there's this character that tries to rape her at one point, and then another character gets mad at her like it was her fault. Later in the book, she is interacting with that person who tried to rape her, and she's kind of trying to help them accomplish a goal. And they go into this creepy wood. They call it the wood. It's this creepy forest. They go into this forest, and lots of people die when they go into this forest. And in my mind, I'm like, well, heck, kill him. Like, just kill him now or get back at him. And then you can say, oh, well, like, the forest did it. Well, you should throw him over the cliff. Throw him over the cliff. Hurry up. And she doesn't. Instead, she empathizes with him in some way. She doesn't really like him, but she's like, I feel kind of bad because of the thing he's trying to attain. She kind of can see eye to eye with it. I'm curious to see how her character grows, but I've seen very little character growth in this first part, and it feels like the plot is everywhere. And also, on top of all of that, it has one of my least favorite tropes, I guess you could call it. It's more like occurrences. But the, oh my gosh, this thing we're gonna do, it's impossible. The strongest of us have tried it and failed. It's not gonna work. Oh wait, this totally untrained girl just accomplished it. All the time, it keeps happening, and every time I think, oh, things are gonna go differently this time, something bad's gonna happen, so the stakes are gonna actually be as high as people are telling me they are, they're not, because then things get resolved anyway. And something new will pop up that's a problem, but I'm like, well, that's probably gonna get resolved anyway too. Maybe it won't. That's again why I kind of want to see it through to the end. My other reason for not getting to All the Light We Cannot See quite yet is that Sophia from Sophia's Thoughts, I posted a progress shot of my artwork for Harper from A Curse So Dark and Lonely, and she was like, oh, I saw that my bookstore had the sequel out already, and I was like, what? So I went to my bookstore, and they had it out early too. So I got myself a copy, and I finished it. Overall, though, I absolutely loved this first book, which I was very unsure how I was going to feel about it. There's so much hype around it, and that can always be a little tricky because you're afraid, oh, well, it's probably overhyped in my head now. But that was not the case for that one. However, when I got to the end, I messaged my friend and I was telling her all the things I hoped wouldn't happen in the sequel because I loved this first one so much, and I was nervous for what would happen in the second one. And some of those things were kind of starting to happen, and I was like, no, please no, because last year I was disappointed with some of the sequels that I had been anticipating. So I was just like, please, not again. I loved the first one so much. I don't want this to happen. And the more and more I was reading, the more and more it kind of really was falling into what I didn't want it to fall into. But by the end, I'm now very anxiously awaiting this third one, which at the time I'm filming this, the second one technically is not out yet, so I'm gonna have to wait a while. But I can't wait to film a book review and chat for this one. I'll do one for this one as well, but I'm really excited to talk to you guys about the second one because I have so many things to say about it, but I obviously can't do that right now because it's spoilers. Anyway, that is it for the first vlog of 2020. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you all are having a fantastic start to your new year, and I'll see you later. Bye.